want someone that's able to give shields or heals. But in the form of fighting against an Ogryn, shields don't matter that much because his 4% calculates based on your health, not on your
Mm.
total value of life in addition to the shields. So someone that's going to be healing will be beneficial to the side of Nongshim, which is why they picked out the Yu one. Maybe someone like a Ming, I'm not sure.
Okay, okay, all right. Well, I mean, they've gone with the Mai here to kind of again just kind of round it out. You can kind of get onto Loong potentially, or even the Moats. You have that potential for outplay. I kind of like that pick there. But the Yuan, I think that there's going to be a lot of pressure on him in the sense of Haku just being that frontliner, that tanky that's providing vision and just kind of being a nuisance right up front. So, okay, what else do you think that Scars needs to kind of deal with the Yuhan?
I think at this point, Musashi would be great, but they banned that out as well. But it's always a consideration, right? Do we want to go for the peel or do we want to go for the burst? So I think someone who offers good burst would be great, and someone like Byron makes a lot of sense. At the same time, that's why Nongshim takes out Byron for themselves. I feel like this is a draft checkmate coming out from the side of Nongshim Red Force.
Okay, okay, all right. You think that it's I mean it's coming along, right? The Byron just rounds it out, or just kind of helps out what they need, right? And I think that this draft is coming along quite nicely. The only thing that they're missing right now is the roamer, but all right, Scars. Kind of going into this one, you see that lineup, you see the potential of like everyone very mobile, minus even the Byron to a certain extent. You have different options, but I think that okay, the Mayan and the Cayenne for the sustain to kind of deal with this, because again, you were talking about how Yuan creates like a secondary phase in each of the team fights, right? With the Unending Sorrow and without. And I think Cayenne kind of helps out with that, where they are able to kind of fight for a little bit longer.
Yeah, this support coming up for Scars, it does give them a little bit more health, sustainability, which benefits the Ogryn, right? But this also tells me there's a lot of emphasis and pressure onto Arashi as the jungler, because if the Ogryn does not get an advantage or a lead in this game of game number 2, Nongshim is just going to walk all over them.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him to just kind of to really step up on this one. But Arashi, I think he's up for the call. I think that he's the right one. But okay, the Leon Poe, you've got the Tremor Smash that can hopefully just dictate and just stop some of the shenanigans that Scars is going to bring to the table. So Leon Poe here just kind of rounding out that draft. Okay, going into this one, we see that Nongshim is up 1-0. Is this draft good enough for them to take the second game?
I think it is, right? I think if they really play with the pacing they had in game number 1, I don't think Scars will be able to hit the timings as what they need to and what they want to. Because Tyan is great, provides a lot of heals, but you're losing out in a lot of damage potential, right? And Mayin, great damaging hero, but needs some items to hit spot. So unless they have like First Blood going to the side of Scars, I don't see how this is going to work too much in favor.
Okay. All right. Scars here. This is, of course, game 2. They lost the first one. Nice burst ran by Faye up in front, but now he's in a bad spot. He gets cannon blasted to the face, taking a decent amount of damage here. So Faye does need to back off here. But now Scars, again, they lose this one. They've gone 0-2 against both of the other teams in this 3-team group. They do not want to be there. I think that this has got to be a must-win for them, right?
It must be. This situation is really tight for the side of Scars, right? Which is why you can see them playing with a little bit more aggression this time. I like it coming up from Scars, but they need to ramp it up, right? This aggression is not enough. And here we go. Maybe this will be...
Oh, they got the nice like little launch up. And Rilmer actually coming out from the top lane, goes all the way in, takes out Illusion. Woo!
Yep, this is them checking all of the, taking all of the check boxes, right? They need this. So they need the First Blood, they need to go for more invades, they need to make life a little bit more difficult. They need to slow down every single aspect of Nongshim Red Force's farm.
Yeah, need to slow it down. They need to take over, and invade as much as possible. I think Scars was not able to do that. I think Nongshim were, again, the aggressors in the last game, where they were able to kind of just invade the enemy jungle and contest as much as possible. But Scars need to have a much better early game.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can definitely tell the aggression here. It's going to be a couple of pokes, right? But Rilva this time just going straight for the Meteor. But on the flip side, Kyung understands that, hey, they are going to be more aggressive. Let me be a little bit more defensive. He gets a Nettle Gauntlet as the first item.
Okay, all right. I think it's going to start things off strong here. Nongshim here just, again, invading with Haku. Rover, all he can do is really watch at this point. Not really much you can do against 1 versus 2. But, okay, Arashi, you talk about the fact that Ogren needs to get as much farm as possible. It looks like he's even stealing the mid lane farm from ASD. Is this the right decision?
At this point, based on what's happening in the map, yes, because there's nothing else in the jungle camps on the side of Nongshim Red Force. So he needs to be consistently on par. He needs to make sure that at every single moment when the opportunity opens up, he needs to be farming some sort of camp, be it his, be it Nongshim's, it doesn't matter. He needs to match up because Haku will be very fast.
Yeah, will definitely be very fast. And Arashi just, again, it looks like they're funneling as much as possible. Like, Arashi's taking all the mid lane as well as the jungle. They know their win condition, which is going to be around Arashi. He's the highest thus far with 2K. So, again, I think Scars have done a great job understanding priorities at this point.
Yeah, until he gets his hands on both the Blazing Cape along with the Eye of the Phoenix, he's not going to be able to open up the map in the team fights for Scars. So, Arashi, everything needs to funnel, needs to go into his pocket, right? It's fine if it's delayed, hang on, one-on-one in the mid.
Yeah, just to think inside the box, just to kind of, I think he was just flexing at this point. Illusion's like, haha, you can't go anywhere. Just, that was pretty much it. There was really no threat of a kill in that case. Yeah, but Arashi here, again, just farming level 7 Haku. Keep it on pace, though.
Yeah, we'll really see, right? Arashi's gold is super important for Scars in this particular map. Jens, yes, he's the farm lane. He needs the farm based on the farm's lane name, but he can take a backseat for the moment because with Arashi unable to tank, that will be the detriment to the fights for Scars.
Yeah, for sure. And look at Kyung just cutting the creeps there, dealing with it. And so that Rover, yeah, not really much. He has to just kind of solo that. But Kyung now making a move to the mid lane. They're doing some damage. They got the nice little knock-up. The Conductor of Souls was not enough, and Arashi goes down.
That's 5 members on the side of Nongshim in the first 4 minutes of the game. Perfect timing for them because now they get the Tyrant for free and they get the kill on Arashi. So they stop the farm, they get that explosive growth on their ends, they have the Tyrant's buff as well for the next 80 seconds. Everything working well for Nongshim.
Yeah, and it all kind of starts with, again, the minor details. It's like, Kyung, why did he split, why did he cut the creeps in that top lane, right? He cut it out, made sure that Rover had to stick around because he has to tank the top, minion waves that are coming. Kyung was able to rotate, and with that rotation, they were able to get that kill. And then it compounded into the Tyrant. So small things that just really add up to a much larger equation, so to speak.
Yeah, at this point, ASD, I'm not really a big fan of his itemization. He does get the Holy Grail. He's going to have 20% cooldown, mana regen as well, but he's not going to be very defensive, right? And means his growth is going to be cycled for quite a long while. He's not survivable at all.
Yeah, he's gonna, it's all in or all about the damage at this point, just trying to do it that way, just with the burst, hopefully just looking on his positioning and not really, take too much damage. But Scars, okay, this is a little bit of a wash in terms of net worth. It looks like they want to go. The Conductor of Souls, Kyung, uses the force field suppression, just trying to stay alive. He's going to let the Overlord do some damage with the flash over the wall, and Kyung stays alive.
Big outplay there. So Arashi is trying to look for more, going to use the Path of Passing as well. At this point, it really is damage limitation because Nongshim, yes, the goal lead is not in their favor just yet, but the game is. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, it's definitely, you're kind of starting to feel it. Arashi hasn't, yeah, they've been prioritizing, but he's not even the tops on his own team right now. So there's a little bit of wasted time or whatnot. He's trying to skirmish here, but he's not getting any conversions with any kills to kind of help him along.
Yeah, EXP definitely going into the equilibrium at this point, and look at the damage they're able to do, right? Arashi, every time he's delayed for the Blazing Cape as well as the Eye of Phoenix is not good for the team.
Oh, Rover taking a lot of damage. He uses the Healing Dew, but Kyung is going to take that top T1, and with the help of Haku, just also waiting in the wings with Illusion, there's really nothing Rover can do, and they lose the top T1 tower.
Yeah, now the momentum is definitely in their favor. Arashi caught in between 3 and 4.
Yeah, and Ochik on the run. Oh, nice slam up. That was the Tremor Smash that they wanted, but where's the follow-up damage? The infinite vastness. Is he going to go aggressive? He's looking to turn this, and he does. And it looks like he wants to go for Illusion. He's trying to force this one out, but he's going to back off, realizing that the rest of the team has disengaged.
Very beautiful play from the side of Nongshim there. They understood what the risk was. They baited him for a little bit. And, for a moment, Arashi was life-stealing like crazy. And Nongshim recognized that. They said, let's not take the fight.
Yeah, not really worth it. Smart disengage there, not giving up anything. And again, this is a bit of a coin flip still. It's like no real strength or nobody's really in control of this game as of yet. It's still just about the farm and the next big item. Which item do you think is that tipping point for the, either of these teams to be like, hey, I got this, now let's go?
I was actually thinking of the Eye of the Phoenix, but Arashi goes for the Ominous Premonition instead, which is kind of interesting to me. I think he feels like Siri is the main problem he needs to deal with at this point.
Okay, all right. It looks like we'll see exactly what items they do get, but again, Scars pushing out that mid lane, just trying to force this out, defending their towers. Okay, but here's the teleport play by Kyung into the bottom lane. Looks like they want to go for Arashi, or they thought about it, especially with that rotation. Haku eats a cannon blast. It looks like Scars is going to back off here, hopefully take their own Crimson at this point.
Yeah, they have to. At this point, Illusion actually gets the Insatiable Tomb, so it's a perfect situation going up against the Algrim, right? At the same time, because of the heals, they might need a little bit more sustain, or they will be playing to the strengths of Arashi.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, he's still level 11. He hasn't really kind of taken a huge lead, so to speak. But Arashi, just pushing ahead. This Tyrant is going to be massive. Illusion is going to be joining as well. He's making a rotation. The Unending Sorrow used once. That's going to be phase 2 of this team fight. How do they continue? The Tyrant is still up in there, and it looks like Rilber's going in for this one. He tries to get in, but Rilber's going to be the first to fall, and it looks like the Infinite Fast is on the sideline. He wants to go aggressive. He's going to go in. Nice two-man knockoff. Illusion, he dashes away to safety. Everybody's so low. Arashi, we're using that path of passing to get away. Cayenne is going to be killed. Ochik, that is. Jens is going to be killed as well, and Kyung is chasing after him. Conductor of Souls or not, it doesn't really matter. He's going to get 4 for nothing.
Yep, and this is where the range comes into play, right? So Nongshim just overstepping the boundaries, and for good reason as well. Scars just don't have the damage, they don't have the survivability as well. And now everything on the map is for Nongshim's taking.
Yeah, they're taking everything. They just won that huge team fight, converting it into the Tyrants, and it's looking to be the mid T1 as well. Scars right now on the back foot yet again, down 3K. And really, this is the Arashi show. They need to figure something out, how to get him more involved, more farm, some way to do it. But he's falling behind Haku.
Yep, and this is why I say, Nongshim Red Force is really smart, right? They're a really strong team, not just in the execution, but the ban picks. They have identified what the win condition is. So it doesn't matter, sure, you have the Ogrun, we just overturn it by having so much control, so much range, so much damage.
Yeah, it's all about the damage at this point, right? And it kind of seems like Arashi trying to chase after them, but there's no way that you just literally just chase after without some sort of, set up, some sort of stun. But, Rilber all the way up in front, he's trying to get serious, so to speak, but it looks like he's going to just whatever on out of this one. He's going to get back, but it looks like Siri did get that tower in the top lane.
Yep, so it's everything in benefit to Nongshim, right? Because one of the things that is bound to happen when you play a tie-in, Ochik, he needs to be in the team, he needs to be close, and this opens up so many opportunities for Faye to land that perfect Tremor Smash, right? And with the control, Kyung just follows it up. The synergy is just insane coming in from Nongshim Red Force.
Yeah, they have a lot of synergy, and they're playing well together. It's one thing to have the right heroes, but to do it well coordinated, right? Arashi's still up in front, trying to deal with this, but Faye just scouting it out, realizing that there's really no threat at this point.
Yeah, and until Nongshim Red Force, unexpectedly makes the mistakes of really clumping up, it's hard to find the value for Rilva in the team fights as well.
Oh, the burst ram forward. He's going to go for the Tremor Smash, connecting onto 2. They want to go for this fight. They actually dive it. They take the bottom T2 and they continue on. Arashi taking so much damage. He's going to be killed. It goes the way of Siri, and they also got Ochik as well. So that's a 2 for nothing thus far. And it looks like they're pushing, but those minions are going to be cleared, and it looks like they're going to back off here.
Yeah, what can they do on the side of Scars? They need so much more time, right? Oh, hang on!
Oh, Jens! Oh, Siri with the outplay. He gets the damage and he gets on out of there, and Siri gets another pickoff.
Yeah, and he did that without the Sun Chaser. Now with the Sun Chaser on hand, he's just essentially gonna be out of reach.
Okay, it looks like the bottom T3 is going to be taken, as well as the mid. They're forcing it down. Nongshim are in full control. The top lane has no minions. It's all the way on their side, so they're going to look to back off, but the base is, again, wide open. Nongshim looking to just back off, maybe take the Overlord, and then make one last push.
Yeah, we're about 2,000 gold away before Shiri gets the full 6 slotted sets. So this is not an ideal situation for Scars at all. And at this point, I find it really hard to see an opening for Scars to really make any comeback unless there is a huge major mistake coming out from the side of Nongshim Red Force.
Yeah, I mean, to lose this game with this lead and the amount of map control they had would be disastrous for Nongshim. They would have to make some pretty huge mistakes to do it. But again, if we're looking more on the Scar side, how did they get back in this game? They need to find simple pickoffs. Just slowed it down. Oh, but a nice Trevor smash. The infinite vastness. He's going to get on out of there. And ASD trying to run for his life. Ochik as well, but Rilver's been killed. And they're forcing it down. The Soul Resonance is trying to heal up Arashi. He's on the run, but he's being chased. Haku not letting him go. And they're continuing to duel. That top T3 is taking a little bit of damage, even from the minions. Arashi's still up in front. Haku gets cannon blasted to the face. He's going to back off. That T3 top has been stopped. They can't do damage because they don't have any minions.
Yep, you know what? But they don't care. They're gonna try and enforce it. They will enforce their will. It is going to be Nongshim. This is a barren base coming in for the side of Scars. And with this, they leave them to deal with the pressure. They're gonna start working on this Shadow Overlord.
Yeah, this one's going to be a free one, right? With all 3 lanes pushing, they've taken all the towers, the T3s, the base is the only thing standing, and all Scars can do is watch at this point, understand that, hey, we are so far behind. How do we get back in this game?
I absolutely have no idea. I'll be honest about it because every single itemization that Nongshim is doing right now is the benefit from the defenses of Scars, right? Let's just focus about Faye at this point. Frigid Charge, the earworm that comes out procs it, and he's gonna get 12% of his health as a shield right as the fight starts.
Yeah, right as it starts. I mean, he's just kind of up in front as well. He's just so tanky. They can't deal with Faye. And he like spots out all 5 members because they're sticking together. So they know where they are. And it looks like they want to just kind of, you know, just push this out. All the super minions are pushing it. This is so difficult. Nongshim looking for the nice burst ram. The Magnus Slam on top of this one. But the Conductor of Souls has been committed early. He's going to be killed. Arashi's down for 40 seconds. ASD is trying to whittle back. But they take the base. And Nongshim get the 2-0 over Scars.
Clean game, and Nongshim Red Force, they will follow suit along with Fearless Esports Hong Kong and take a win over Scars. Now, this has been a painful lesson for the side of Scars, but it is not the end of the day yet, nor is it the end of their chance. They still have a chance tomorrow, but this will be the last we see of Scars for today. Now, let's cover a bit about how the game